Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we worked on getting our robot brains transported via belts and loaded onto our trains, which we set up in a bit of a different way than we typically do. And as you can tell by the fact that there aren't any trains there right now, I've gone ahead and moved them into our new facility because they filled completely up. So, we'll just let all of these chests fill up, let everything fill in, and then we will see what we do. But I think one load of, because here they are, I brought them over here, and I actually decided to just load everything into a single silo, and then use filtered loaders to load out what we need. Because I think one load of these brains is going to be enough for everything. Seems almost kind of silly to kind of build an entire facility for just one shot, but it is going to take a very long time for this to build. I'm not sure exactly how much materials I'm going to need, so I decided to build this whole facility and then set up the production and then just let it run. So, because this is going to be, what, is it 8,000 of each type of brain, which means it's going to be 8,000 of each type of bot, which should be way more than we would ever need. So, I went ahead and built out the rest of these loading bays and brought over all the materials that we are going to need. And everything should be delivered and ready to go. Yep. So we just need to now lay out how we're going to assemble everything. And because we're not going for maximum output rate, we don't necessarily need to worry about making an expandable facility. We're just going to basically build everything as kind of compact as we can and hopefully get everything up and running. And then once we get the facility for the construction bots set up, then we can basically blueprint it, duplicate it, and then convert everything over for logistics bots. Because logistics bots are basically going to be identical, just using a different type of brain. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with what we're going to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to build each type of bot in sequence because they need each other. So we need Mark 1 construction bots to make Mark 2s. We need Mark 2s to make Mark 3s. We need Mark 3s to make Mark 4s. We need the Mark 4s to make the fusion-powered versions. So, let's go ahead and see what we are going to need to make the Mark 1 construction bots. Well, we're going to need brains, obviously. And we are going to need a flying robot frame, and we are going to need construction robot tools. So, let's go ahead and see what we need for the Mark 1 flying robot frames, which are these guys. We're going to need some batteries, we're going to need some electric engine units, we're going to need some basic electronic boards, and we're going to need some steel plate. Okay, so we're going to have, actually, how many of these are we going to need? Oh, actually, before we get started, I need to make some silicon nitride here, because I don't have anywhere where that is being mass produced. Everywhere that we are doing that basically in situ. I don't have this type of chemical plant. Can I unlock that type of chemical plant? I almost certainly can. There we go, chemical plant 4. Just give it a second. Meanwhile, we can get this guy going. Pump's probably overkill, but we're going to do the pump. Pump. Alright, that's done. Let's see. What are we going to go with? Vehicle overdrive motor. A lot of this stuff is really unnecessary. Electrolyzer 4s. Large area mining drills. Mining productivity, I guess we'll go for that. Top those off. Alright, so now I should be able to make this chemical plant. Again, most likely overkill, but... And then we're going to need a assembly machine, and we are going to need a electric multi-purpose furnace Mark II. Electric multi-purpose furnace Mark II. There we go. And we're probably going to need a flare stack, but that's fine. Alright, so you're doing the air separation, nitrogen gas. This is going to go straight into a flare stack. Alright. Oxygen gas is going to go into... Do I want to tank it? No, that's the other way around. Whoops. We want to vent the oxygen. We want to use the nitrogen. Right. Alright, so you are going to be making the powdered silicon. And we're going to need the silicon plates that I brought over here. There you go. And then we need a furnace to make the silicon nitride. And then that will emerge to do whatever it is we need to do with it. Well, what I'll most likely do is buffer it into a chest. Okay, good. Alright, with that out of the way, I can actually go in here and remove all those from here, so we can just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the flying robot frames, as we were saying. Alright, so I'm going to need a... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. So a total of 48 eventually, but 24. Well, I'll make as many as I can right now. Because we probably aren't going to get the whole thing done this episode. Just gotta wait for that first batch to finish. And it is going to need some batteries, so we can start getting the parts we need. We're going to need to convert the steel into steel plates. because it doesn't do us any good in coil form, other than be more compact. So I'm probably actually going to need more of these, but that's fine. Alright, so you're going to turn coils into plates. And then I'm also going to buffer those. Well, I think that'll be fine. Well, we're almost done making the actual assemblers. Assembling machines. Buffer that through a chest as well. Okay. And that will go wherever it is needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and just plop this down somewhere. You are going to make flying robot frames. And you need 4 inputs. I'd like to do this. If we use inserters, it should be fine. We'll just have to make sure that this one is set to drop at an angle. There you go. Perfect. Okay. And so, first thing that's going to come over here is steel. Alright, and batteries. Actually, basic electronic boards are right here. I'm actually going to bring this way. I did notice what that was. Alright, so there are the electronic boards. And then next are going to be the electric engine units. Yep, they're coming through. There they are. And now the batteries. Just making sure that I have a good stock of these. Alright, there we are. Mining productivity is finished. Mining drills research. Okay, so there are the frames, flying robot frames. Next thing we need are going to be the construction robot tools, which require some steel gear wheels and some steel plates. So the steel gear wheels there. Okay, so how do I want to do this? So I'm basically going to have, I think down here this can be fed everything. Alright, so I need the construction robot tools, which need the steel gear wheels. Let's do it like that. Because then this is going to go there, this is going to go there. You guys are making the actual bots. Construction robot Mark 1s. You are making the tools. You're making the tools. You are making the steel gear wheels. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set this up so that you drop there. So we're going to have to get 2 more lines of steel in here, which is going to be simple enough. Large area mine drills, might as well grab those. I'm not sure I'm going to use them, but we'll research them anyway. And then we have a brains input there. And so these are going to be the Mark 1 construction bots. So that should be simple enough to route brains to where they need to be. Alright, so mining productivity, I guess we're going to keep working on that. Okay, so there's the Mark 1s. So they are done. We can remove... So let's see, the steel gear wheels aren't used anywhere else, right? No. So we can remove the steel gear wheels. We can remove the Mark 1 tools. We can remove the Mark 1 frames and the Mark 1 bots. Those are done. Okay, so for Mark 2 bots, we need flying robot frame Mark 2s, which require flying robot frame Mark 2s. Require batteries, electric engine units, aluminum plate, and electronic circuit boards. Okay. So, if we do flying robot frame Mark 2s, we need batteries. We're going to basically do the same thing here. We're going to have four inputs with you set there. And you're going to need the batteries and the electric engine units, which we can siphon off here. Where are the electric engine units? Electric engine units are up there. Well, that's slightly in the way, so we'll just remove that. Okay, so for batteries, route that in there. Electric engine units. Splice in there. Route that down there. And then we're going to need the electronic circuit boards and the aluminum plate. Which the aluminum plate needs to get turned into, well, you need to convert it from the sheet coils. Hold on. There we go. And I can throw those coils back in there. Alright, and then so you guys... I think I'm also going to buffer through a chest. Hopefully I've left enough room for everything that's going to need to come through here. Alright, and then we need these electronic circuit boards. Which are you guys? That's going to bump into that, isn't it? Okay, so let's bring that down here. There we are. Okay, so that will take care of everything that's needed for this. And then those are being fed directly into the bots, right? So if I say that you guys are making the bots, which are there. Okay. Hold on. That's the wrong way. There we go. Okay. And then what else do we need for these guys? We need the construction robot tool, Mark II, which will require brass gear wheels, require a brass plate, right? Steel bearings. Okay. And aluminum plate. Steel bearings are going to need steel bearing balls and some steel plate. The steel bearing balls need steel plate. Alright. I want to try and lay this out the same way I had before. Then this is going to be the tool. Okay. And then we're going to have the steel bearing and the balls. So the steel bearing and the steel bearing balls, which should be right there. You're going to feed there. You're going to feed there. Both of these need a run of steel plate. Right? Steel plate, steel plate. Bingo. Alright, let's go ahead and siphon off this steel plate. Split it. There we go. So that'll feed the bearings into there. We are going to need brass gear wheels there into this and that into that, right? Okay, yeah. So there's the frames, there's the tools, there's the Mark I bots. Mark I bots, frames, tools. We just need to bring over the brains. Alright. We need to bring a line of brass. Some brass plates. Let's see. kind of want to keep that there. I want to keep everything kind of inside this little production area, except for the brains. Okay, so you're going to drop there. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to bring the brass plates in there. And then when I provide it some power, that should turn everything on. Actually, let me move that that guy. Throw it there. There we go. And then we output the red Mark II bots. And we just need to bring over the Mark II construction brains, which are going to be you guys right here. That makes things slightly awkward. Here's what I might do. Route the brains over here. That's the right, yeah, that's the right stuff. Okay. So that I can bring the brains in from the side. Something is not quite working here. Oh, it needs aluminum plate. It needs aluminum plate. Okay. Can I squeeze the aluminum in through here? One would think I would be able to. But I can't use that, so we're going to have to break in here. Oops, no. We're going to have to bring that down through here. There we go. All right. So. That is Mark 1 and Mark II bots chained in. Now I gotta do Mark 3s and Mark 4s, but we are at the end of the episode. So we will end this episode here, and then we'll continue working on this project when we come back. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.